Hey there, it's Pete C for Sample Live Review, and today I'm checking out the Oeser by Key Instruments. Key Instruments have spent over a year programming and creating the Oeser. This Viennese baby grand piano, designed by Frank Oeser back in 1877, has been presented with 5 different moods and 4 different playing articulations. Whilst full of character and with plenty of options, what sets this exquisite piano library apart from the rest? Could this be your next workhorse piano, or something to add more colour and character to your compositions? The Oeser downloads at 29.6 gigabytes and features a sampled Frank Oeser Viennese baby grand piano. It's presented in pure, felted, muted and picked articulations, and there are 5 distinct presets for each articulation. There is also a free sample set of around 550 different samples, and it works with the free version of Contact and is also NKS compatible. The Oeser currently sells for €75 at the time of publication. And here we have the Oeser. Now I've loaded up the felted version. And it does sound brilliant out of the box. Now, I've done some demos, and this time around I'm going to turn the mic off so there's no pedal noise and microphone sounds, and we can hear exactly what each of the 4 different articulations sound like. So you can see on the left, before we talk about anything else, we have the pure, the picked, the muted and the felted. So I've done a pure demo, a felted demo, and then it goes muted, then picked. And I've done a variety of me playing, and then I've used some MIDI programming, so you get a taste of really what it sounds like. I'm sure out of the box you'll agree it sounds great, and what takes us up to the 30 gigabytes or near enough is the 4 different articulations and the way it's been sampled, and it's just so playable and full of character. And that's really what the Oeser is all about, character and playability, and therefore it's very, very inspiring to use. Now, I use a lot of felted pianos, and this straight away is just up there. It's just got that amazing ambience. So no matter where you play it, sort of whichever octave or what you're doing, it just really sounds great. Now, if we look at the instrument, just before we talk about the different, I'm going to call them moods, but they are presets. We have different microphones. So you have the top microphone and the bottom microphone, and then there's overheads, and you can just turn these on and off as you need to. So that's just the bottom microphone and the overheads. So that's already changed the tone of the piano. And if we just hear just the overheads. It's kind of got that percussive sound going on. So very cool. And then if I just reload it as it was, the experience is kind of, if I just isolate the keys. So that's the pedal. And you can hear, I'm hammering it on the floor, but you can hear when I push my pedal down, you get the pedal sound. Then of course you can have just the keys. So I'm isolating the keys now. And then lounge, I believe it's situated in the key instruments lounge. So I'm guessing that's just overall ambience. So yeah, so the lounge just sounds, like I say, it's putting it in situ. Yeah, that sounds whoopsie-doozy. And if I was, again, just reload it so it's all balanced. And then you have the tone, so the velocity. So if it's in the middle, it's very balanced, and I have all my velocity curves set up within complete control. And just really big shout out, the fact it is NKS compatible, really, really big deal to me. And it just means everything is so playable. So we can have low velocity. If I really hammer it, it's almost like you get a soft, muted piano. And then you can have it, you know, it's going to be quite loud. So you can have just really high velocities. So you're setting sort of where you want it. If I was doing a bit of a Scandi noir bit of crime. So I'd probably set it around there, but that's probably wouldn't actually play that, but I would set it there. And then we've got the lid. Now the lid is the how much of the lid do you have open? Let's play. So if I close the lid, as you'd expect, it sounds a bit more sort of darker. And then if I open it, so it sounds brighter. And that is the controls of the Oeser. And it's really, really straightforward. So if I go on the pure, again, just sounds gorgeous out the box. So my expression pedal was sort of sticking there a bit, but it's a really nice, bright sounding piano. So it really jumps out of you. So for kind of like pop music, it'll just sound awesome. Sounds great. And then again, you can kind of darken it or brighten it and do whatever you want with the different controls. And then you got the muted. Now I do a lot of 20th century music, and I'd find this really, really useful. So, yeah. So, do a lot of like sort of quick lines against chords, like repetitive parts. And yeah, the muted just sounds great. So we can add some lounge, change the mics. So I want to bring some more overhead up, make it nice and soft. It just sounds, yeah, really, really cool. And then finally you have the picked. So you get that kind of harpsichord sort of plucked sound. And yeah, it just, you know, really just sounds awesome. And it's so cleanly sampled, so the character really, really shines through. Now, if I turn off the sustain first, and then have a look on the left-hand side. So whether you're in contact or complete control, you get the snapshots and the NKI instruments. So if I go for felted, now I'm going to absolutely rave about this felted piano because it does sound so good. Yeah. And what Key Instruments have done is they've just created presets and then, configurations, so the mic, the experience, the tones, and they've given them these cool names. So I've called them moods. So a romantic moment. So it's very dark, it's very cinematic, mysterious, and then attack this. So it's like a bright felted piano. Get underneath, we can gather it's all about the sort of bottom mic, as it were. Duff note at the end, but yeah, get the idea. And then the couch experience. And then the last one, the natural experience. Don't know what's playing there. Let's try that again. Okay, so they have different styles, and then it all, again, everything stays the same, but it's a different instrument. So a romantic moment, but muted. So you can really hear like how pristine that is sampled, and then in contrast, it's just going to sound happier. Well, brighter. So the sound designer in me wants to turn that into a pluck, because you can do some really cool things with it, but it just sounds so clean. Whoops. Goes up to a B flat. Just hit the low end. I mean, that's got underscore crying written all over it. Sounds cool. So I'm not going to play through every single articulation, or every mood, sorry. So if I do the natural experience. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this muted piano, and the picked, it's probably my favourite picked piano. Just gonna just move that up. It sounds really guitar-y. Being a guitar player, mainly. Especially those low notes. Yeah, I absolutely love it. So we have Romantic Moment, and then let's just do Get Underneath. Whoops. Of the picked. So I'm just playing very simple piano parts, and obviously we can't really play anything that's well known or famous. So yeah, just really showing the range. I mean, that is gorgeous. Brilliant. Nice F natural there. Yeah. And let's just go one more. We'll do the natural experience. I can hear in comparison of same key in E minor. It's so much brighter. Sounds really cool. So that is the Oeser. It's full of character. I'm gonna just say for €75, which is at the time of the review the current price, even just for the felted piano, it's really worth it. But I love all three of them. Well, sorry, all four of them, like the three others. The Pure. I'll probably just make that a little bit darker. So for piano solos or putting it into the mix, it just sounds fantastic. And the muted and the picked as well. From not only sound design capabilities, but yeah, it's just very, very cool. So for me, would I use this in productions? Well, yes, certainly. In fact, the next, sorry, I keep pressing the sustain pedal. The next productions that I'm writing actually are piano-based pieces and rely on them heavily. So I will be using the Oeser a lot. And really, who is this for? It's for any media composer who wants a character-rich sounding piano. And as composers, we do tend to own a lot of pianos and buy a lot. And for me, the ones that are inspiring, like the Oeser, really is not only just worth the money, but really, really fun to play. At the very start of the video in the facts, I mentioned that there are samples, and there are about 550 different samples. So this comes free with every copy of the Oeser. So we have our Oeser instruments there, and I've loaded this in complete control. So we have the sample pack. Now I've actually renamed it to sample pack so I don't get confused, but it is just called the Oeser pack. Now if you go into it, you have clean samples, you have loops, and you have process samples. And I keep talking about sound design, and it's kind of laid out for you. So the process samples, if we start with these, are sound design samples. So I'm just going to use the previewer on complete control to play some of these. So these are the effects, and then you have the impacts. So very, very cool. And you've got some risers. I'll load some of these up so you can see the WAV. Then we have some tonals. So it's like having a whole extra instrument. And then I'll just go to the clean samples. That one's still going. So you've got components. So fit into your own sound design, really, really useful. And then there's a whole section on strings. So we've got attack. So if you do horror or suspense, these are brilliant. And then effects. I've got to play Alien Warfare. Absolutely brilliant. And then percussive. Now I have, just full disclosure, put a brick wall limiter on, because as you can hear, they are different volumes, and that's obviously fine. But I'm playing everything at 0 dB, which I wouldn't normally do. So there is a limiter, but it's not adjusting the sound at all. Yeah, I love it. And then we've got tonal. And then we have the wood, and again, some effects. And percussive long. And then percussive short. So these are great foundations for sound design, and then you have some loops. And again, you get the BPM, which is very useful. So let's just go. tricky. Just going to stop that loop. So I believe you can buy these for €7.50 separately, but you do get all of these samples and loops and effects free with every purchase. Now, I think they're great for sound design. Like I say, if you're a horror writer or crime, or you just want something a little bit different, it's almost like a prepared piano, and you could just spend a lot of time having fun with these. And I do use these in complete control, and you can just drag them in. So drag and drop the samples that way. Really easy to use and just a whole lot of fun. For me, it is like an extension of an already brilliant instrument. So thank you, Key Instruments. So my final thoughts on the Oeser by Key Instruments. I think it's fantastic value for money. The sample pool is really, really big, so 30 gigabytes, but you get 4 distinct articulations and then 5 different presets. But of course you can make your own. So the tonal possibilities of this piano is, limitless almost. Now, that wouldn't really matter if the original sampling wasn't great, but it's incredibly clean, and like I say, it's character rich. So in terms of productions, I can see this going on sort of crime drama underscore with a sort of orchestra behind it. Even just as a solo instrument, one piano line, it sounds brilliant. So do I recommend the Oeser? Yes, massively. It's a fun instrument to play, it's very, very responsive, and it's just going to sound great in the mix. All that leads me to say is thank you so much for checking out this review of the Oeser by Key Instruments. If you like what you heard, feel free to leave us a like on the video and drop us a comment. Let us know what you like about the instrument and how you would use it. If you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos on YouTube, and then head over to samplereview.com to check out everything that's going on in the world of virtual instruments. Until next time, have a great day, and I'm sure our paths will cross again soon.